We're joined by Texas Tech tight end Mason Tharp. Mason, man, how you doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. We were just talking about the year of veteran now of these media days before we push play on the camera here. What do you like? What is it like to be a veteran on the team now? What's been the progression for you?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I feel like I just got here yesterday, but it's pretty cool being the veteran. Knowing what to expect and kind of taking the younger guys under your wing and teach them, what all the stuff they need to know.
Coach Joey McGuire mentioned that you had another great spring. What went right for you last spring?
Yeah, I think definitely being a veteran comes into play. Being familiar with the playbook with Coach Kitley and just going out there and playing, worry free and just going out there and just doing my job to the best of my ability.
And then Texas Tech added a couple of guys to the tight end room. Obviously, a couple of guys left as well. But how do you feel about the room going into fall camp?
Yeah, no, I think we have one of the best rooms in the country, and in the Big 12 too. It's just the depth that we have and the skill level is crazy. It's nothing like I've had in the past. Jalen, he's a all around guy. He can play quarterback like he was at Arizona State, and he can do a little bit of everything. And then John Carlos, really knowing what to expect from him whenever he got here, and then he came out and worked his butt off the whole spring and whole summer, and he's really special too. And so he's going to be a big help to us this year too.
I remember talking with Coach Cochran in the last year or so about your improvement as a run blocker. What's gone into that, and where do you feel like you're at right now?
Yeah, I think just falling in love with it. It's fun whenever you get to move someone that weighs more than you under their own will. Moving them when they don't want to, and so definitely just falling in love with that aspect of it. And then, the technique behind it. When you do the right technique, it makes your job a lot easier.
How are you health-wise? I know you missed some games, but where are you health-wise going into fall camp?
Oh, I'm good. There's no worries, and I'm 100% ready to go.
Was there a concern or scare? And if you feel uncomfortable talking about it, but I mean, just what was – if you do feel comfortable, then what was your mentality going through? Because that's tough. You work so hard for the season to get here, and then you miss some time. Just what was your mentality going through all that?
Yeah, you have to understand you're playing a very physical sport, right? So, injuries are going to come with the game. And so I feel like you can't really get caught up on that, and just think it's all done. It's a part of the game. So I think, just focusing on the future and, getting doing all the stuff that you can in that moment to get back on the field, and, taking care of your body, listening to the training staff, doing everything that you can in that moment is your biggest help.
You mentioned Tech, and I agree. Arguably has one of the best tight end rooms in the Big 12, if not the country. And one of the questions I get for fans every year is, will Texas Tech utilize tight ends more in the passing game? So I'm going to ask you that.
Yeah, I think this year is going to be pretty crazy, especially with having 2 and 3 tight ends on the field at a time. I think that getting utilized in the pass game starts with us too. I mean, we have to get open. So that's the only way we're going to get the ball is if we get open, right? So I think with this depth that we have and utilizing our body in the pass game, I think that's really going to help us get open. The offensive line's better too, so Barron's going to be able to hang out back there more than be running for his life.
So we talked about you and Barron being tight. Are y'all still tight? Are y'all still hanging out a lot and all that?
Yeah, we're still friends. He's been rehabbing his shoulder like crazy, so getting to see his rehab progress and him throwing all summer like nothing's even wrong has been pretty awesome. And
then, do you play EA Sports College football or not?
Yeah, no, I did. I got a copy of it, and I had to play it just because why not? And I'm not the best at it, but it's fun. Definitely getting to see yourself on the game, and then also playing with all the guys that on the team.
You're calling a play, trying to get you the ball on that. What kind of route are you running?
Oh man, something over the middle.
Yeah,
whether it's a cross or a dig or something like that. Yeah.
What about the uniforms? What was your reaction when you saw the new Adidas uniforms?
Yeah, I thought Adidas did a great job on them. They look really, really cool, and definitely have a lot of meaning behind it when you look at the jerseys from back in the day. But yeah, I thought they did a great job, and I'm excited to wear them.
And then, what's your team and then personal goals for this season? If what would you say this would happen, that and you'd feel like you accomplished your goals? This and then that in terms of personal and team.
Yeah, as far as team goes, I think winning 10 games it's a big goal for us, and then winning 10 games and going to the Big 12 championship, that's a big big goal that we've had, the past couple of years, and I feel like this year is the year that we will be able to do it. Just everyone, comes along and does their job, which I know they can. That would be a big goal for us. And for as far as myself, getting open in the pass game, pass game is kind of the biggest deal for me. And so I feel like doing my job there, that'll be one of my goals there.
This may be a dumb question, but with your physique, talent, all that, do you have NFL hopes in terms of in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely interested in going to the NFL. Kind of exploring the options there. But I feel like that's going to be, we're going to talk about that more after the season, kind of depending on how the season goes. So right now, just focus on this upcoming season and then go from there.
And then Mason, I've interviewed you a bunch. I think a lot of Texas Tech fans are familiar with you, but give them an idea of your background, your family, where you're from, and all that. Just kind of, I think sometimes we miss that on these things. But tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you like to do.
Yeah, so I'm from Houston, Texas, or Klein, Texas, which is the northwest side of Houston. I went to Klein High School there. My sister, I have one older sister. She's 3 years older than me, and she played soccer at University of Oklahoma. So me and my sister both have played a college sport, which is pretty cool. And my parents never played a college sport, believe it or not. But yeah, so I grew up in a very awesome household, had the best support from my mom and dad and, my family. And what else did you need?
Just what do you like to do?
And then in the free time, I love going out hunting and fishing. And, in the summer we go to the lake all the time and, surf and do all that stuff, all the water sports on the lake. But yeah, hunting in the fall, whenever we get a free chance, we always go.
Nice. Mason Tharp, Texas Tech tight end. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right.